Hi, welcome. Are you in peri or postmenopause, hurting from head to toe, feeling weak and flabby, dealing with faulty joints, and can't figure out why your body seems to be malfunctioning everywhere? The truth is, over 70% of menopausal women experience life-changing symptoms affecting all of their muscles, joints, ligaments, tendons, and bones. And the resulting pain, weakness, and health conditions can be debilitating. Even worse, many doctors never make the connection to menopause, but it is in fact all related, and there's even a name for it. It's called musculoskeletal syndrome of menopause. Let's talk about it. It's a collection of musculoskeletal symptoms that often emerge during menopause, primarily due to declining estrogen and the resulting increases in collagen loss and inflammation. It affects about 3/4 of women in menopause and can manifest in 5 different ways. The first is muscle and joint pain. Menopause seems to bring on an enormous roulette wheel of discomforts, and every day brings new surprising combinations. It can manifest as muscle stiffness and soreness, painful creaky joints, tendinitis, and just an overall feeling of achiness. When I was in perimenopause, I think I had tendinitis in every single tendon, and I hobbled around like I was 100. It was horrible. I'm still not completely pain-free in postmenopause, but I'm about 70% better thanks to a collagen supplement, vitamin D, magnesium, and making sure I move daily, and I'll take it. I think the body-wide pain is one of the most common menopausal complaints, right at the top of the list with anxiety and insomnia. Next is sarcopenia, or loss of lean muscle mass and strength. Many of us see this alarming change as bat wings and jello legs. Skeletal muscle is directly tied to health and longevity, so losing it is upsetting and a bit scary. I think I speak for most of us when I say I don't want to be frail and accident prone in my senior years. I want to maintain my independence right into my 90s and enjoy my golden years. This is where strength training comes in. And no, it doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym. I certainly don't. But it does mean that you need to lift heavy things and use your muscles to build and maintain them. Which brings me to number 3. Building muscle builds up bone, which is incredibly important because osteopenia is also part of musculoskeletal syndrome of menopause. Bones break down and reform continuously, but the process slows with age, and bones don't fix themselves as effectively anymore. When estrogen declines in menopause, this amplifies further, and bone breaks down much more quickly than it can regenerate, causing them to weaken. This can leave women at an increased risk for osteoporosis and bone fractures and breaks later in life. Staying active, building and maintaining muscle, getting adequate vitamin D and calcium, not smoking, and eating well can go a long way in keeping bones strong and healthy. Number 4 is frozen shoulder, a very painful condition that involves stiffness and inflammation in the shoulder joint and limits range of motion substantially. I had a frozen shoulder in perimenopause, and I thought I had a serious injury. It was that painful. I couldn't even lift my arm to brush my hair, and it lasted for months. Even now, years later, it hasn't fully healed, and it still bothers me occasionally when I use my arm in certain ways. It's common in menopause, and any of you who've been unlucky enough to experience one know that I am not exaggerating when I say it's agonizing and torturous. Arthritis is also part of musculoskeletal syndrome of menopause. Estrogen protects cartilage, and its decline increases the risk for osteoarthritis, a degenerative joint disease that causes pain, inflammation, stiffness, and loss of mobility. It can occur in any joint, but typically affects the hands, knees, hips, lower back, and neck. HRT is usually the go-to treatment for managing menopausal changes, and it's useful here too, but it's not for everyone, including myself. With or without HRT, exercise is one of the most important things to include for musculoskeletal health. Move daily and try to include things that help build strength and increase range of motion and flexibility. A nutrient-rich diet that's balanced and provides adequate protein, restful sleep, a collagen supplement, stress reduction, and vitamins and minerals like vitamin D, magnesium, and omega-3 can all make a difference too.